Passcode. This is a group who, well, they certainly know how to give us some good, surprising, interesting songs. I actually have no idea. How much do you know about Passcode?
I actually know quite a bit about Passcode.
Oh my god, finally we found a group.
I know! Oh, shock!
Alright, what's your opinions? Because I've been covering them for a while. I've got to be honest, it's a group who certainly I've got a lot of interest in. I've really enjoyed a lot of their stuff, but they have a very unique sound.
Yeah, they do. I always feel like Passcode, they always seem to be, for me, kind of, they come to the forefront with a new song, and then they sort of get pushed into the background a little bit, and they come back again. And for me, it's one of those bands that are a little bit like, I don't know whether or not they're like wholly popular or what people think about them, but they're never one of those bands that are like the first bands out of people's mouth. But kind of like you, I have a bit of a soft spot for them. They're unique, they're different. They don't copy other bands. Yeah, I like them. It
is interesting actually, because like you say, I mean, whenever they have a song come out, usually you know about it. It's a big thing. But I agree with what you're saying. It's like there doesn't seem to be the same ongoing discussion about new albums and stuff. Yeah. You see a mini album or something come out. I think also their releases are a little bit sporadic occasionally, but they've been really back on the grind of recent. Obviously, we've got announcements, new album and everything coming out. So I feel like certainly ever since Emily joined, they became a little bit more distinct about what their direction was going to be. And then I think now in like the last few songs, you can really feel them sort of ramping up. And you can see also underneath this video, I'm not sure if it's visible to everyone at home, but you've got like the hashtags for Insignia down there and Destinex, and they're definitely pushing the whole tour and new album thing. So
yeah,
kind of excited to see where this goes. And as mentioned before, one of the few groups where, I mean, Emily's one of those, ever since she was in Lady Baby, like Emily's one of the few people when she does the scream stuff. Some people they do it, a lot of people they do it, and it just doesn't work for me. But Emily, I'm like, yeah, I don't know. It always just kind of seems to work with the way that she throws it in there.
Got that Yukina vibe for you.
Well, I mean, like Yukina in like Hanabiya, for anyone who doesn't know. I mean, Hanabiya, I love them because the music's great, but sometimes the scream stuff's a bit too much for me. Because it can just be like constant. Whereas I feel like every time you get that from Emily, both when she was in Lady Baby, but also now in Passcode, it really feels like it's kind of more colouring things. It's there for punch, it's there for context. And of course, Passcode equally have songs that go pretty off the rails. But these last few songs I think have been like really kind of on point, very direct sounding.
Are they 15 minutes of Broken by the Scream off the rails? Your expression says it all. That.
Shall we listen to the song?
We'll listen to the song.
All right, so this is the new song from Passcode. It's called Viri Viri. It's just shy of 4 minutes, so I'm open for a little bit of madness. Let's go. No idea how loud this is going to be, by the way.
I can't tell if that's a hum from the computer or hum outside that from the computer. Ooh, slow build up.
Don't do it. Don't touch the wires. Oh, we're going disco vibes now. I love how loyal they've been with their backing band as well, I've got to say that. Let's turn it up. Definitely tell the guy Bakashi on this one. I think it's really interesting how we're kind of waiting for something crazy in metal to happen. Just knowing them, I feel like at some point something weird's going to happen. But so far, we're just getting a very catchy and addictive pop song with like a metal instrumentation. This song's got me on edge. There we go.
Relax now, you've been waiting for that.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. It's just slowly morphed into this.
Yeah, I was going to say the song is just like completely changed from like the first half.
What a really cool way to end that. Now,
we've got 2 songs for the price of 1.
That's an interesting way of looking at it. I've got to be honest, the thing that really struck me about that was I get the feeling like right at the end there, like so many other bands, especially when you got a song that's clearly got a really catchy chorus, and that's what the first half had me thinking is like, oh, this is just them doing a catchy chorus, kind of dancey Passcode song. But then when they flipped it up, I was like, even then I was like, is this just going to be a little bridge and then we go back to that catchy money-making chorus? But it's the fact that when they went into that bridge, they played out on that. That was the end of the song. They didn't feel the need to try and like shoehorn. It's like, well, the chorus is really catchy. That's good for radio play. I didn't feel like they had to shoehorn us back to that chorus. And, you know, don't get me wrong, I am a big fan of songs that have good choruses, that catchy choruses. Ending on a big crescendo chorus is great. But when you turn it up to 11 in the bridge and you're like, well, this is now the new tempo, we can't go back, we're going to have to end like this. I have massive respect for that. I thought that was a really cool way to wrap it up.
Yeah, no, the transition and the ending of that song like really nailed it, really killed it. I mean, probably my one critique of this is I'm not a big fan of like the over-processed vocals.
Well, that's just Passcode being Passcode.
Yeah, that is Passcode being Passcode. I feel like it could have easily done this song without it being over the top as much, but apart from that, it's a great song. I love the way it flows. I love the way it morphs into something different. But halfway through, like you said, the bridge then as well, and to end on that high as well, not going back, not even declining, just like, yeah, well, fuck it, you know, we're here, we're gonna end here. I like that.
It's what we're doing now. I mean, yeah, it's interesting because the first half of the song is super funky, super catchy. It just works as but that's the thing, you know, when we do a first reaction, sometimes it's hard to treat a first reaction the same way as you treat doing like a full review. And it is honestly fair to say that when I was listening to the first half of the song, I was like, yeah, but I know this is Passcode. It's like, I know you can't leave it well enough alone. And when we went into the second verse, I was fully expecting the second verse is usually where Passcode like flip it up. It's like, no, we get a normal second verse and normal second chorus. I'm like, what's going on here?
I can see the sweat furrowing on your brows. You were like, where is it? Where is it? And as soon as it came in, you were like, oh, good. I could see your whole body just relax.
I mean, I am so, as you know, I love my pop music as much as metal, as much as anything. So I'm fine with just a normal pop song. I'm fine with that. But I'm also very aware that this is Passcode, and I'm very aware that that's not what we're doing. So when we went through that, yeah, I mean, I would have enjoyed it if it had just been the first half. But the fact it's switched up, that's what I come to Passcode for. I come to them for the fact that they can do those switch up, and it works so well. I mean, it goes straight in with the scream bit, but then it sort of morphs back into just like a faster melody. You get the build up, and it shoots out the ending. It's great.
like slow passcode OCD. You couldn't relax until that change had been.
Well, this is what I mean about the first listen. On the first listen, that's all that was in my mind. I think on repeat listens, I'm going to be able to really vibe with that first half more, because the first half is just going to be super enjoyable. It's just because it is kind of catchy and you're getting along with the sort of funk of everything.
It's a great summer song, to be honest.
It's especially good if you put it in this summer playlist and everyone's just vibing, and you know that they're going to be like, oh, this is cool, and then oh my god,
you could be that weird guy in the background where you're sipping your cup of tea, going, yeah, I know what's coming. They're not prepared for this.
This reminds me when I was much younger. I worked with a guy who ran like his own hi-fi like business from home, like making hi-fis, and he won a lot of awards and stuff. But he had a weird sense of humor, and like, his dad was like having like a 50th birthday party or something, and he had his older friends coming around, and so his dad asked him to make a playlist of songs for his birthday, just playing in the background. And my friend like took days creating this playlist that just slowly ramped up so that no one would notice it get more and more wild. It starts off really jazzy, but then like it's like, at what point during the evening are people going to click? It's just getting heavier and heavier. You know, it's the funny thing is that in a way that's kind of the passcode vibe. I mean, the example I often use, and I kind of stick by, is this idea that a really good changeable song, an exciting song, should have that roller coaster effect where it's like whipping you around, turning you left, right, up and down all over the place, and you kind of feel like, oh my god, I'm just hanging on, but at the same time you know you're safe, you know that everything's actually under control, you know this is a well curated thing, but it gives you that sense of excitement, so it's not so jarring as to like throw you off, but at the same time keep you enjoying the ride. And again, this is a great example of that. This is a slow build up. It's like slowly we're enjoying the nice view, climbing up the hill because we know eventually we're going to go over the top.
Well, like you said, using the roller coaster thing,
you want
the loop. That's what you're on the roller coaster for.
Yeah.
You want the thrill, and it's just when it actually comes and it hits you, it makes you happy, man. That's where you get the woo.
It's true. If you just wanted a nice view, you would have gone to like a balcony.
Exactly.
You'd have gone to like a sky tree and just had a little look, because you're on the roller coaster. You can enjoy the nice view, but you know you're there for the drop.
Yeah, exactly.
This was great stuff. Again, them doing the whole thing. I know we talked a lot about Emily and obviously the craziness of that all, but for me, I have to say once again that I really like the fact that with this recent batch of songs, and not just sort of like this Destin X Insignia era kind of thing, but like going back before this, really I feel like there's been like a couple of years now where they've been really focusing on doing songs that kind of have a catchy radio-friendly quality, but haven't lost the passcode vibe. And for me, I'm really digging that. I'm really enjoying that side. I'm really enjoying the fact that they're doing that, and that they're managing to kind of almost stay passcode, but making a more what? I have no idea what you're doing.
Oh, continue, man. Continue.
Are you alright? What was that?
Man, it's a scream for help. He has me locked up, set up.
What? I have someone write in the comments if you know what that was about. I have no idea. But yeah, so. So I love the fact that they're able to do this sort of sound, which is getting through to more and more people, and having like I think having a more broad and accessible appeal without losing what makes them them. But the interesting thing is, sorry, just one more thing to add to that is the fact that if you look down here, we were talking about how popular are they? 133,000 subscribers, and that to me suggests that they are certainly doing something very right. They're heading in the right direction.
Do you reckon they'll hit the heights of like a bandmate, Bay Metal? Do you reckon a Hannah?
Well, I mean, I have to check the numbers, but I think they'd probably find that they're bigger than like a lot of those bands.
Ooh.
It doesn't seem impossible to me that they might be. Have a little look and just see. If we go to Bandmate and check out their, they have they got 770,000 subscribers, so they're much bigger. And then Hannah Beer.
Hannah B would be the interesting one because I feel like they've had
274,000 subscribers. So Hannah B are about twice the size of Passcode. So yeah, I guess that's the thing is like Hanabiya have been exploding. Passcode I feel like have been kind of gradually rising. Would they hit those kind of heights? I don't. It's weird. I don't feel like they're far off. You know, when it comes to like the Hanabiya Passcode thing, I get the feeling a lot of the time they're playing in similar sized festivals, kind of going through similar sized things. So I think there's a certain similarity between them. Yeah, I don't know. I think they don't have the same overseas draw as the big difference because when you look at bands like Hanabiya and Bandmate, they're appealing very much to the overseas rock heads who are used to that band sound, and they can remind you of the familiar band sound, but they take it in a new direction.
Yeah.
Whereas I feel like Passcode are taking more the idol direction, which already maybe doesn't have quite the same overseas follower basis, and then taking it in a really different direction.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe less so, but I'm still really impressed they got as much as they have actually, because it is kind of a niche sound. Like you said, the vocal processing is not for everyone, but yeah, for me, I really enjoy. I think they're doing a great job of like keeping their little way of doing things going. And yeah, I think they're unique. If we ever lost Passcode, there would be no one there to replace them. Exactly, we would definitely.
Yeah, that's an interesting thought. Yeah, for like losing Passcode is there'll definitely be like a gap I think there to fill.
Yeah, it would be difficult because if you ever tried to fill that gap, it's such a distinct sound that everyone would be like, "Oh, you're kind of like a Passcode."
Yeah,
yeah. So anyway, love that. I thought that was great. I'm really looking forward to. Hopefully, we're going to get more songs. Let me know when the album comes out. Cause I don't know. I think it might have already come out. If it has already come out, let me know because I got to go check out the album tracks as well. But this was a total bunch of fun. I really like this. Your thoughts?
Yeah, I'd give this probably a solid 8.5 out of 10 for me personally.
He's going with scores.
Yeah, I go with scores. Always go for scores on my channel.
Putting pressure on me now. I don't score things, man.
I think it's great. I think there's a lot of potential in that. I'm really interested in the album as well. Again, I don't want to like overhype my expectation for this album, but I'm very much expecting that when we get our hands on it, I'm gonna really enjoy it.
I got to see if it's already out. I know it's come out. I think it's coming out this month. Someone get in the comments, let me know because I'm really bad at remembering the dates of things.
Plus, I've been making you my personal chauffeur for the past month, so he's been busy.
in all fairness, you've been staying here, and the other night we had to jump out of like bed and do a reaction when I suddenly separate beds and just do a reaction when I suddenly realised I was looking like, oh shit, there's a premiere coming out in 3 minutes. So we both ran back over here, turned on to do a reaction. So yeah, we've been missing a lot of important dates. So let me know about the new album and also Destinex as well. Going to be just excited checking all this out. So let's get a bit more. Now Passcode are really back with a vengeance, and we're getting a bit more of a flow of things. Looking forward to checking out more of that. But as always, get in the comments, tell us what you think. And until I hopefully see you very soon in Japan for the next one of these. For now, ciao, ciao, ciao. I'm gonna have to talk about that hand signal.